Welcome to Yogavotional, your one and only destination for Christ-centered yoga practice and devotion. I'm Brooke Carlucci, here to help you grow in your yoga journey.
I delight myself in you, captivated by your beauty. I'm overwhelmed by you. And God, I run into your arms.
Before we begin, let's take a look at the essentials you will need for the best yoga practice in this week's edition of What's in My Bag? First, I have my yoga mat. Always need that. Next, I have a nice yoga towel. This is great for wicking. And last, oh no, I forgot my water bottle. Just kidding, I have my water bottle right here. This is very important for your yoga practice. Now that you know what to take to yoga, let's take it to the beach for some Yogavotional.
I'm overwhelmed by
Today's practice is centered around gratitude. As Christians, God gives us all things and creates all things, including our bodies, to move and praise Him. For that, we should be so grateful because we are His creations. 1 Peter 5:6. Therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that He may exalt you at the proper time. With all humility and submission, our practice will begin in child's pose. To enter child's pose, simply spread your knees hip-width and reach forward. Now, imagine the hand of God resting on your back, filling you with peace throughout the rest of this practice. This is a place to free your mind and be reminded of our reverence to God. Our gratitude is displayed in submission. We will now transition into strength through our vinyasa flow. Hebrews 12:28. Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, let us be thankful, and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe. A proper vinyasa flow should be done at a slow pace. Please begin by entering in a plank pose with a balance of energy between the front and back of the body. Now, on an exhale, shift your weight forward to lower yourself to chaturanga, like me here. Make sure not to dip your shoulders lower than your elbows. In an inhale, straighten your arms for upward facing dog. Now, exhale to bring yourself to downward facing dog. Let's do this again. Plank, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. As you go through these more difficult poses, recite in your head, we are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Let us be thankful, and so worship God acceptably with reverence and awe. I want you to envision while doing these poses that you are strong in the Lord and cannot be shaken. 2 Thessalonians 1:3. We ought always to thank God for you, brothers and sisters, and rightly so, because your faith is growing more and more, and the love all of you have for one another is increasing. Now, as a tree is firmly planted, so will you plant your feet and slowly grab your foot to place it on the inside of your thigh for tree pose. As if you are growing, raise one arm and then the other, acknowledging the love Christ has for you. You have now entered tree pose. This concludes today's practice centered all around gratitude. Stay tuned next week for a special edition of What's on My Plate to fuel my yoga practice. Be sure to like and subscribe Yogavotional and follow on Instagram on FaithFitB. That's all for now. We'll see you next week on Yogavotional.